A free website analysis, the pros and cons. This is episode number 366 of the My Online Toolbox weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing to help you grow your business with more quality leads. Last week, we were talking about rest in peace with your construction leads because the opportunities died slowly, a self inflicted fatal wound. We used a real example to help make a point. Check out last week's episode. But this week, we are moving into what happens to My Online Toolbox pretty much every week or two, definitely every month, where somebody sends us some type of report, and it's usually by some other consultant or some other tech firm, website company, social media, whatever, and they'll always have some type of report, and the person will send it over to my online toolbox and say, what do you think? And that's what we want to talk about right now, because the first thing is we want to look at both the cons and the pros in that order. Where when we look at this example, this B plus, where it says recommendations, your page could be better, we want to first always let people know that the same thing happens to my online toolbox that happens to its clients. So in this particular case, this B plus is coming from a My Online Toolbox analytical report that we use. And of course, it gave us a B plus. It told us that our page could be better with 14 recommendations. But what we want people to realize from the cons perspective, that when it says your page could be better, it is better to replace the word could and just put can always, because the reality is it doesn't matter what you do. And even if you get an A plus and rerun these reports on a periodic basis, whether it's weekly, monthly, or quarterly, there's always going to be a new recommendation. So let's not be sold or on any type of fear of your page could be better, number one. Number two, these reports rarely have any context to your business specifics. They're all based on technical topics when it comes to a website, social media, and all the other related topics, but it's nothing to do with the branding of your business. And the last but not least is that when people send us these reports and say, what do you think? We'd like everyone to realize that, first of all, whatever we're going to say is billable. We're not looking to review these endless reports that are generated within somewhere between automatically and maybe 5 seconds if somebody's trying to get your business, where they just hit a button, they throw in your URL, it generates, they don't even look at it and just pass it your way to get your attention. Well, when you bring that to us, it's kind of like you going to a doctor and saying, hey, another doctor who's trying to solicit my business came up with this report and he didn't even look at me. He just ran it through a computer and then gave me a report. That's how bad it is. So when people approach us, we want to make them aware that first, we are not looking to give an opinion, especially for free. And when we do give it, we have to bill for our time because it's going to take somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes minimum to look at it with the intent related to your business. Then, of course, it's going to take another 10, 20, 30 minutes to give you a summary in order for you to understand it as it relates to your business. And then inevitably, there'll be the few questions that come about. And at the end of the day, somewhere between 30 minutes and an hour and a half goes by, and somebody has to pay. So you have to see it from our perspective that we run our own reports with our own objectives, and we're not looking to hear outside opinions, especially when they're trying to solicit your business, replace us, and simply use the fear factor of your page could be better. Going back to the details related to My Online Toolbox, when you see that the on-page SEO is an A minus, which we know because that's what we do. The social side, A plus, we know that's what we do too. And there's other things such as usability and performance, which do have relevancy. So there are some items that there are random suggestions, but they're valid, but they make absolutely no difference to the results in our marketing efforts. Other valid items simply make no difference based on the strengths and weaknesses of the competition we've been tracking. And last and but not least on the pros, we want to make sure that so long as you've done everything correctly with your brand and ensuring that fresh website content is hitting the new pages, updating pages, doing your social content with their SEO, then by all means venture into the back end maintenance, which we do periodically, as well as whatever the programmers are that we work with, but we don't get stimulated by outside activity with these type of things saying your page could be better. Remember, marketing is an essential skill. That's all we do with our education classes, specifically for the construction industry. We want to remind you to check out our Facebook and YouTube channel for our weekly quick tips. Please like and comment. We'd love to hear from you. Check out our Instagram channel for our weekly featured projects. And never forget to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits. Have a healthy week, and we will see you next week.